All right, what's up, y'all? So the Rams, a few things happened today. Rams had to trim down their roster a little bit, and they got rid of a few guys. We'll go ahead and talk about that in the next video. But it's they, as the season approaches, teams have to trim down their rosters to the final 53. And the Rams, I believe, they made some roster moves and they let go of like four guys. I think we'll get into that here in a little bit. But what they also did was have a team scrimmage where the offense and the defense kind of went up against each other in a healthy competition. And the thing about scrimmages, as y'all know, they are generally very much like a game time situation. It's where we're going to be running the plays we're going to run on offense. Defense is going to run the assignments and the coverages that they're going to run on defense during game day. And they kind of it's like a sparring session. You know what I mean? They spent all camp, doing the drills, learning the playbook, learning the assignments, learning where they need to be, what their role is, what their job is essentially, and then they had a few practice sessions against some of the opposing groups, like wide receivers against the cornerbacks, and things like that. And now, generally, they're going to take everything they've learned and simulate a game time scenario against each other and kind of see how the teams are looking, how the offense is progressing, how the defense is progressing at this point in the year. It's still very, very early, so you cannot expect perfection in the least bit. It is everyone's still getting the rust off. This is kind of them getting used to game time scenarios before the games actually start, kind of get back in the swing of things, more or less. But if you remember the last practice that they had, I don't recall if the last practice was a scrimmage where Sean was upset that the offense basically got the brakes beat off them by the defense, and I don't think that was an actual scrimmage. I just think the offense struggled last week against the defense. It might have been a scrimmage, but I don't recall. So it's not something to be too concerned about, like at all. It's practice. They probably got hot, lazy, bored. It's normal. It's not a big deal. But having said that, offense got dominated. The defense dominated their ass. All right. So with the scrimmage coming on today, it is it's private. We can't watch it obviously because that's what they're gonna run on game day. But the storyline or interest, if you will, is to see how the offense would respond after getting smacked around by Bobby Wagner and our new look defense. So, according to what Sean says, Matthew Stafford apparently threw incredibly accurately in the Rams scrimmage. So, that is very encouraging to hear. Let's go ahead and get into it. The LA Rams ramped up Matthew Stafford's workload in practice on Tuesday. Tuesday. I was going to say today, but I guess by the time y'all watch this, it'll probably be tomorrow. So on Tuesday, with the veteran running back taking 60 plus reps in a intra-squad scrimmage, Sean McVay spoke to the media after practice, and the energetic coach seemed encouraged with Stafford's performance. All right, let's hear it. This is Sean. Quote, I thought he had great energy, great command all day. I thought he threw the ball incredibly accurately in all parts of the field, really activated all parts of our pass game. There's a couple where he's hitting the spots, and we just got to be able to finish some of those plays. I'm encouraged because we can coach off those, and we're getting those opportunities to feel what it's like for him to throw with Allen. Allen Robinson is who he's referring to. Ben Schwarnick made a handful of plays. Also, Tutu. He's got a comfort level with Higbee and Cooper, but some of these newer guys today was a great step in the right direction to be able to start establishing, pardon me, that rapport that will be critical for this year. So Sean sounds really excited here. He's which is telling, and it's very good to hear because it shows that he was very pleased at what happened today. He listed off, Matthew is apparently very comfortable with Tyler Higbee, our tight end, Cooper Kupp, our starting wide receiver. That in and of itself is not very new at all. I think anybody who's watched Rams games at all last year will tell you that Cooper Kupp was like his go-to guy. Like if Matthew Stafford was struggling, and if the offense was getting smacked around, and like people are a little flustered, Matthew was a little flustered. You could see on his face, there was a little bit of panic setting in. He would like Cooper Kupp is like the guy who's gonna bail him out. Like, and honestly, Cooper Kupp, the Matthew Stafford Cooper Kupp connection bailed us out of so many scenarios where if we did not have those two playing at such a high level, we don't win the Super Bowl. Hell, in fact, the final drive that actually won us the Super Bowl, that touchdown drive, it was all minus maybe one or two plays to like Hopkins or something. I think one to Hopkins and to another receiver. Other than that, it was all Matthew Stafford Cooper Kupp. All of it. All of it. That's just give the ball to Cooper Kupp. All right? So Matthew is very comfortable with Cooper, and he's very comfortable with Tyler Higbee as well. That's nothing new. What he says here, he wants to get an opportunity to feel him throw with Allen. Kind of makes me, just the way he said it makes me kind of feel like they're still establishing some chemistry, that is normal. That's not a bad thing. It's just Allen Robinson it's his first year here. It's Matthew's second year in the system. He's never played with Allen Robinson. I think they're still kind of working on their chemistry. That's not a bad thing, mind you. And the way he goes, Ben Schwarnick made a handful of plays, is good. Because I know Schwarnick, I like Schwarnick. I like his physicality. I do like him. He just needs to, kind of catch the football a little better, I feel like. But it sounds like he's been working on that. He made some plays today. That's good. Sean mentioned Tutu by name, so that's good. I suppose, that's good. That's good. So it sounded like it was a good session for the offense. Since the latter part of last season, Stafford has been dealing with an elbow injury. The veteran signal caller was able to lead the Rams to a Super Bowl victory, so the injury didn't prevent the team from achieving their goal a season ago. This offseason, he had an injection in his elbow to help the injury, but he still felt some pain in camp. Much has been made about Stafford's injury after McVay revealed it was an abnormal injury for a quarterback to deal with. Yeah, that's true, man. Elbowgate. Hashtag Elbowgate going strong, man. The Rams have put together a plan for Stafford this offseason to avoid overworking his elbow, which has limited the number of snaps he's taken in practice. Which is fine. It's a smart thing to do. But on Tuesday, McVay wanted an opportunity to have Stafford build chemistry with some of the younger guys and Allen Robinson. See, that's, yep, just like we were just saying. It, it was a veteran rest day for Cup, so Stafford had Robinson, Schwarnick, and Atwell available out wide for the majority of his reps. Okay, all right. So, all right. Robinson, Schwarnick, and Tutu. All right. When Stafford, watching Stafford throw, McVay and the Rams have been pleased with how he's looked thus far. While time will tell if the elbow issue becomes a long-term concern, everything appears to be trending in the right direction for the veteran quarterback. Well, no, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I hope his elbow's getting better. It's a annoying injury to have your elbow bothering you, but it's apparently, they had the scrimmage today and Stafford looked really good. Sean was very pleased and our offense performed much better than last time. So happy to hear that. Very, very happy to hear that. That is a good thing to see and glad Matthew's doing well. And this is good. This is good. Like we're gonna be so legit this year. It's gonna be crazy. We might even be a better football team than we were last year. But don't want to get too ahead of myself. We're still training. We're still in the preseason. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Got to manage our expectations, so to speak. It makes the victories they just seem much more you just seem to get much more out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I get much more out of the victories when I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, we're going to like win the Super Bowl again. We're going to win the Super Bowl again. We're going to win the Super Bowl again." So like we're obviously going to dominate the Bills or we're obviously going to dominate the Falcons, or something like that. And then we win. And I feel like if you approach the game like I just described, maybe the wins, like for me, I'm just speaking for me personally, because in the past when I've done that, I go, well, okay, I expected to win. I'm happy about it, but I'm happy about it. Versus how I try to watch games is where I honestly take it a game at a time. I'm not looking down the road. I am focused in on training camp. I am focused in on the preseason, and I am focused on the next preseason game. That first game with the Bills is the only thing I'm really worried about. And I just want to the way I watch games is I figure out our strengths and I figure out our opponents, in this case the Bills, strengths and their weaknesses, and kind of formulate a game plan in my own mind and effectively go into it, sit on my couch with wings and beer and kind of map out the game plan and what I would like to see and what I believe the Rams should do in order to win the game, obviously, but how to specifically attack their defense and vice versa, how I want to see our defense with the personnel that we have and the assignments we like to run and the coverages, how to personally attack their offense. It's just something I like to do internally. I just enjoy the games that much better. And I don't really think about a victory. I just think about the strategy. And when we do win, it makes the win seem much sweeter. To me, that's just to me. So that is how I am looking at it. And the fact that the offense performed well today, very encouraging. Very encouraged to see his elbow right here, his elbow. It's doing good. But yeah, so taking a game at a time, Stafford did good. That's the end of this video. I've rambled on way too long, so I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.